The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
You know, out in Nevada near the silver mines, there's a kind-hearted woman. She's looking so fine, always taking care of her community. Bringing folks together is her cup of tea. She's out on the road and all over the web with a big smiling heart. It's about town, Deb.
And welcome to About Town Deb City Talk. I am so excited. We are still here. This is part 2. I've never had a 2-part show. So we are still we haven't stayed here for the full week, but we are. I've been sleeping in the car. I don't know, having my bubbles when about a sunset. No, we are at the National Automobile Museum in Sparks. Why did I say that?
We're in Reno.
I know I'm in Reno. Why did I say that?
We support everyone. Reno, Sparks.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Alaska,
this is called Debbie Talk. I just started right away with the show. Reno, Nevada. We love Reno and we do love Sparks. I think I want to make sure Sparks and Tahoe and Carson City, they all have love. Because wherever you're at, you can come on over and you can come to the Automobile Museum. And I had a good segue, but I'm going to hold off because that was perfect. Okay. But I'll go back to where you park. But we'll go back to that.
Okay.
We'll go back.
Might have a tie into that.
I know we might have a tie, but not this kind of tie. So anyway, first thing we always do, we always want to thank our sponsors. So one of my sponsors is right here, Gratis Gives Processing.
Thanks for having us.
Devin Sizemore is filling in for Kurt and Stefan because they're out carousing about doing their thing. But I'm excited because Kurt, you're not here, but you're going to be watching it when it replays. And they're going to be telling your secrets about what Kurt does and what Kurt doesn't do and your little whatever. Where are you call innuendos?
We know where the bodies are buried.
We know what they know, especially the Boston bodies. So anyway, but we want to thank Gratis Gives, Rye plastic surgeons right here in Reno, Nevada. We want to thank Surratt Law Practice, Kim. I love you, my first sponsor. Kim is like, you know what? I'm just going to sponsor you. Go do this. I don't care. Just do it. Just make it happen. Rail City in Sparks, I got to tell you, the new Rail City. You may have been to Rail City before. Todd is amazing drummer. He's the new GM and he is making things happen. You totally need to meet him if you haven't. He's doing some good stuff. And Wild River Grill. Have you been to Wild River Grill?
I have. Love it.
I'm sure you guys have. Seriously, and the summer is here. They got music every single night. They have music. The patio with the lights. It's so beautiful. And the food is amazing. Their drinks are good. Great service. So we were there. I was there 2 shows ago, and I love having my show there. So I want to thank them. And Christian, we adore you with phoenixmedia.us. Caliber Hair, the song. So Dee James is a really good friend of mine. Go to ddjames.com. Amazing acoustic guitar, singer, songwriter. He wrote the song, and I have a whole song. We just haven't had it produced yet, but I'm excited. He wrote that jingle in 15, 20 minutes because he knows me so well. He asked me a few questions, so I want to thank them. Anyway, that is who we want to thank. But this show is about giving back. The first show, we talked a lot about the museum. Phil MacDougall, we're so honored to have you in our community and have you here at the museum with your team.
I'm happy.
And so the first... Do we get you just for this first segment?
This first one, yeah.
Okay, so you know what? We're gonna go right to you then.
Okay.
What do you say? Because
Let's do it.
So event wise, we're gonna be talking about Gratis Gives. You had your event here.
Yep. Had our annual celebration.
So
yep.
How did you picked here? How did that all happen?
Well, it's an amazing venue, right? Parking's great. The valet red carpet experience coming in.
Cool.
That's all part of the package.
But it's
Is
amazing.
it really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Start to finish, right? The whole concept. What's the food? Is it appetizers? Is it desserts? Table setup? Where's the stage? What are the screens? How do people come in? The flow.
That was all you?
Well, that was us.
Your team. That's what I meant.
To me, it's from the very minute you get out of the car, you should feel special.
Oh,
There's
I did.
a lot of places, so we put red carpet. We actually had
some
extras.
paparazzi. Yeah.
I love the paparazzi.
We had paparazzi
I was
there
like, ooh.
on the red carpet taking pictures, asking people, what did you wear? It was so funny to watch people's reactions. Like, are they really talking to me?
So I thought that you guys set that up.
Well, Kurt
together.
Kurt,
Yeah.
I mean, together, but I
Yeah.
mean, but you had, they were able to pick all those
But
things.
it's
Yeah, actually, this is all Kirk's baby. Kirk,
Yeah,
he
that's what
came
I
up
thought.
with all the ideas. It was his vision. We're just here to help try and take his vision and make it something special.
But you have to have a venue that will partner with you.
Yeah.
Right. And I was amazed at that because you truly partner. You truly get into the weeds and figure out what's going to work for your event.
Yeah, we love that.
It was a lot of fun. It was our first one coming out of COVID.
Yes.
We had over
Oh my
400 people here, and
Big
they
event,
were
yeah.
It was
they were
exciting.
rocking it.
And they were rowdy. It was a great
We
event.
were so happy. People were like, yes, we're out.
Kirk had a flash mob. He had a
Yeah.
flash mob.
Oh, he
came
did.
in.
It was
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
cool.
he had an idea to come in and make something a little special. He had a great entertainer, and I don't want to.
surprise singer. And
Oh
yeah,
my
it was,
God, it was so cool.
Yes.
And how you guys plan, how all of that. We're going to talk a lot about that. We only have a minute 54 left before the break. So you do have plenty of parking. Is there something special going on with the parking? You know?
Well, no, the biggest thing is just parking. I mean, you're literally, you park the car 5 feet in, red carpet, and you're there. And
What-
you're here for the
But
experience.
what happens if I want something special for my parking?
For your parking, well, actually, I kind of figured this might come in handy. There's a little bit of a sign here that I figured, I've only known you a short time, but I figured you'll probably get some use out of that.
Debbie's parking only.
Yeah, and then we
Guess
also
that means I need to be back a lot. What else do we have?
yeah, we also have a couple little
Oh,
gifts here.
we have
I'll let
some
you guys fight
hats.
over the colors.
Oh,
I don't have
cool.
I don't have 100 for all the people in the audience.
I know.
Right
We'll just
behind
toss
this
them
cameras
out.
right
Yeah.
here.
But if you guys stop by, you guys can get your own swag.
Oh, they have a great gift shop as well. So let me
Phenomenal
see.
gift shop.
I don't know. This is going to be. I have to see what goes well. I don't know. I don't know. I may want the black. I may want black.
But it's a big part. Even if you just want to
Are you a
support the
Giants
community
fan?
versus coming out with something to do, you can do both. Support the community and
I love it.
well, there's no one that does it better, and I really mean this, than Gratis Gives as far as supporting the
Love
community.
it. Thank
I
you.
wish people understood how much of a difference your organization has made in this community. You guys have changed lives, and you focus on nonprofits that are local that don't have the big
one.
the big bucks that come in nationally, and that's what's so unique about it. So people just really need to go on your website and learn about how many people you've affected and changed. And the eyes are all watering at the event.
Oh, I
the other
know.
night.
We were crying.
Such big impact.
Yeah.
A big impact.
And
So-
it does it out of the goodness of his heart. I mean, all the stuff that you and your team are putting together. You want to talk about people that worked hard. They were there.
I know.
They were there setting up, and all the things, the red carpet and the flash mob, all that's Kirk's idea, and he's the one who wants to make this something really special.
Okay. Well, you're pretty darn special, and we thank you. It's that time for a break. We want to tell you thank you,
Thank
you,
you.
Phil. Phil's going to skip out on us because he's got to get back to work, but I'm here with Devin. We got lots to share about town, Devin City. Talk to you right back. Thank you, Phil.
Now more than ever, family matters, and Surratt Law Practice has your family in mind. Kimberly Surratt and her team have been helping maintain healthy families through their holistic approach to adoption and surrogacy, child custody, estate planning, and more for over 13 years. Your family law concerns are in caring hands with Surratt Law. Schedule your private consultation with a compassionate Surratt Law Practice team member today by calling 775-636-8200 or visiting lawyersforfamilies.com. Surratt Law, where family matters.
That'll be $73.11.
Do you have a charity that I can donate a buck to?
You just did.
But I didn't select any option.
It happened just by using your credit card. We recently changed our payment processing to Gratis Gives, who not only saves our company a ton of money on processing fees, but also donates a portion of every purchase to a participating local nonprofit.
Why doesn't every business do that?
If they switch to Gratis Gives like we did, they can.
Achieve real social change by contacting Gratis Gives at 855-464-7284 or online at gratisgives.com.
Don't miss all the fun and excitement at the new Rail City Casino. Play over 40 new hot penny slots, plus double down during the Party at the Pit Blackjack every Thursday through Saturday from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. And join us for Bingo After Dark every Thursday through Saturday night for your chance to win up to $1,000 cash. When you've worked up an appetite, visit the new Ale House for delicious specials to tantalize your taste buds. Visit the new Rail City Casino today. New slots, new games, and more chances to win.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
She's out on the road and all over the web with a big smiling heart. It's About Town Deb.
My town, your town, or any town. This is About Town Deb presents City Talk. Now back to the show.
And welcome back to City Talk. I'm About Town Deb, actually Debbie McCarthy. I do have a name. I am so excited to be at the National Automobile Museum in Reno, Nevada. I have Devin Sizemore here. Devin, Gratis Gives.
Yes.
You are an amazing part of their team. I am so grateful to have you here. And you know what? Kurt's not here. He's out with his team carousing around. So
they're doing big things.
They're doing really good things.
Yes.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that because we did announce during your big event. But before we go to that, tell us what Gratis Gives is. I mean, we all know what Gratis Gives is, but if you're listening, you need to know what Gratis Gives processing, the credit card processing. And it's not your typical credit card processing. You guys give back. So tell us a little bit about the history and, you know, why you're a part of the team. Why is it important? I'm just going to let you chat. So you chat. I'm going to sit back and enjoy all this good information you're going to share.
Yeah, so Gratis Gives is amazing. The merchant processing world is not, I don't want to say it's the friendliest world. There's a lot of ways that those companies take advantage of businesses. And, you know, Kirk had the idea of how do we do good with what we're good at? And so Gratis is really good at payment processing, credit card processing, ACH. If you take a payment, Gratis can help. Now, the catch there is we want to try to save you money. And if we can save you money, then a portion of that savings, the business that we're working with can choose one of our participating nonprofits. Those participating nonprofits are local nonprofits. So typically ones that need a little bit more support, don't have that national backing.
Yeah.
And the merchant can choose to support them. So every time the customer comes in and swipes the card, there's a little bit of savings. Automatically behind the scenes, part of that's going into an escrow account. It builds for a whole year. And then the celebration you mentioned is when we give out those huge checks, right?
Big checks.
Big checks. And, you know, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $9,000 checks to these participating nonprofits, all because business owners saved money. They're doing good too. So it's a true win-win-win. There's no catch, right? It is good for the community. It's good for the business. It's good for the nonprofit. And it's amazing for us because our mission and vision gets louder and we can do more in this community and in other communities.
Well, I love the idea of the nonprofits. So how many nonprofits did you help this year? This past year.
Yeah. So 12.
12.
So
local.
12
all just
local
so you know, it's all
nonprofits,
local nonprofits.
in Reno. And then we added one this year. So we added one nonprofit, which was exciting. So we're always excited to expand a little bit.
Yeah.
So we added the Northern Nevada Rye Foundation.
Yes.
So thanks for joining us. And you'll be able to choose them. So, yeah.
So when you join your team as a merchant, you have a list of, now there's 12. 12 nonprofits. So do you pick one or two? Was it one or two? Do you get to
both.
pick?
So you can pick one or you could pick two. And then we'll split your choice between that. Yep.
And I think that's really important because as you know, then we were talking about volunteering in our last show. Volunteering is a key part of all business, all nonprofits, and like at the museum. How many people did they say they had? How many employees? Nine? Was it 8 or 9?
Yeah, it was very minimal.
It was minimal to run this whole thing, but it's the volunteers who make a difference.
For sure.
And volunteers are needed for all the nonprofits. And I know that the nonprofits that you guys support, a lot of them, they aren't the big ones.
They're not.
They're not the big ones.
A $5,000 check can make a big difference. And that's this year.
That's this year.
And every year it's going to compound. It's going to get bigger.
Yeah. So what is your favorite part about working with Gratis Gives?
It's the mission of the team, right? So I think what's amazing about what Kirk's put together is he has surrounded himself and the team with people who want to do good in the community. So first, that starts with doing right with the client and making sure that they're taken care of and have a great product. And then giving back to the nonprofits so that, every year giving out those checks and the collective impact, right, that the community has. I know Kirk's original vision was bridging businesses and nonprofits, and that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, I love it. So I'm just going to be really here. So Christy, I might have to text Georgia the clock because I think she snoozed. The computer went on snooze while she was snoozing. So you may have to do that. We're just keeping it real here. Anyway, so definitely I love the part that Kurt with his vision.
Yep.
And you see your team out in our community.
Everywhere.
And you're everywhere. Can you tell us a little something special about Kurt that maybe we don't know because he's not here? It's all his fault. Just throwing it out there because you're not here. We're going to tease you a little bit.
We got to tease him a little bit. Well,
so he's from Boston.
Yeah, he's from, the East Coast, and he likes to forget his R's. So occasionally when he gets real fired up, that's when they disappear. Right?
So when he's talking,
he's passionate, right? Like when he gets really excited and he's sharing and he's moving his hands and he's getting into it, and all of a sudden he starts like saying "caw" and "baw," and and that R disappears.
So like for car, you mean
it's just "caw," right? Or like Spock's. Like where's the R, Kirk? Like there
totally
is an
the
R in the word.
Oh,
right?
I love it.
So it's funny. It's one of those things though. We like to jab at him a little bit.
But I like when he's chatting and we're all together and like he wants to. What is he like? What is that?
Wait a minute.
Like you're literally in a conversation. He's like, give me a minute. Like we were on stage at the event. He goes, give me a minute.
Give me a minute.
And he did, but the way he does it is so cool.
But it's great. But he's intentional. He wants to make sure that he's addressing it correctly. And I respect that about him.
But that's what we love about Kurt. So
good.
We wish you were here. But I wanted to tease you a little bit because you honestly, when you're out and about in public, you really truly love our community and you love the people in the community, not just the nonprofits. You love our community members and the passion and like you said, when he's sharing something, he's so excited he forgets the R's. And he's a powerhouse. So we just really want to thank him for that vision. So let's go back to Gratis Gives.
Yep.
So this was like, what anniversary of the event was it?
This was the third event. So one in person, one virtual, and then back in person this year.
So I watched the virtual one. You guys had to pivot really quick.
Yeah. Great job there.
You guys did a really good job. You did a great job pivoting. So this event at the museum.
Yep.
So I think that Kurt and Phil, they're friends.
They're great friends.
They're great friends. So that made it a little bit easier probably working together. But being the first event after COVID that the museum had, like you said, 400 people.
Yeah.
And I remember walking in and like I say, the paparazzi, the red carpet, the valet service. We love.
So good.
We love Devin. So he's always he's like, I'm about tone dev. So I'm giving you a shout out. He works so hard with his team and a lot of these nonprofits. Because it's like us women, you're wearing your heels, you're all dressed up.
You don't want to walk.
You don't want to walk. I certainly don't want to walk.
And Nevada Premier Ballet always does a good job.
They're incredible. So we do want to, it's about bringing the community together.
Yes.
And that's what I love. So tell us about the event, like the whole purpose. I know that it's to give the checks, but tell us about the passion of it.
Yeah. So the event's amazing. I mean, when you can put 400 people in a room who are there to celebrate nonprofits, that's what's exciting. And, it is about giving checks. That's the core focus of the event. This year, over $42,000 in checks given out to local nonprofits, $42,000.
That's a lot of money.
The collective impact over 3 years, almost $100,000 to local nonprofits. So if you can do the math, right, those checks are getting bigger.
I totally noticed that this year.
Yeah.
They are definitely getting bigger. And to see the smiles of the nonprofits that were here. And I did love the idea that the event was free.
It is.
The event was
our
free.
Celebration.
It's your celebration.
We are honoring the nonprofits that participate. We're thanking the merchants who choose and participate. And we're welcoming the community members who make it all happen. So it's our celebration to others.
To give back.
Yep.
And I love the idea that when I walked in the room, I saw so many of the nonprofits that I know, and to see them all together, we were so happy to see each other.
Yes.
It was like, oh my gosh. And we all got to, share. It's about the stories.
It is.
So here we are at the museum, and we got to share our stories about what's happened this last year, and think about how those checks affected nonprofits who didn't probably have as much this last year.
That's where Gratis Gives comes in, is it gives those nonprofits another bucket of unrestricted funds that they can use to further their mission, right? And all the nonprofits that are participating are safety net nonprofits. So they provide a critical resource in our community. And when we have their clients come in and tell the story, it's just so emotional.
Oh, totally. But so talk about, like you were talking about the nonprofits that you help, that a lot of these I had not even heard of.
Yes.
So you're finding nonprofits who really, really, really need that little bit extra help. And the idea that, like, you have Care Chest.
Yep.
And if you don't know what Care Chest is, like if you're in a hospital and you get out and you don't have the funds and you don't have the insurance and you need a walker, you need a wheelchair, you need this, Care Chest is able to help. That's just one right there. And you have Quest, which is a counseling program, right? I thought Quest was a lab. I had no idea that Quest was a counseling
But it's
program.
that cause marketing partnership, right? So we want to market the nonprofits and let everyone know they exist so that the merchants will choose one of our nonprofits. And it's a win-win for everybody because they're getting exposure on top of getting the check. And I know we're getting short on time. So the other thing,
good. We still have another. Then we have a whole nother segment.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So that's what I would say there is, like, our job is to market the nonprofit. So not only are we giving them checks, we are out in the community letting them know, hey, businesses choose these guys.
So I love the marketing part of it.
Huge.
I love the idea that a lot of these small nonprofits, like, number one, we don't know who they are.
Yep.
And they don't have a budget for marketing.
Nope.
So you're saying to people, oh my gosh, if you haven't heard of Quest, if you haven't heard of the Children of the Sierra, all these different ones. And the one I think it's the Women and Children of the Sierra. Did I get that right? I think I'm right.
Yeah, that's the one I always forget, like the length of the name.
30 seconds. But I love them, and they give diapers and stuff.
Yes.
It's incredible. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the event. You had some cool news that came up that we got to, but I want to talk more about the flash mobs and all the cool things. So it's About Time Dev with City Talk with Devin Sizemore. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
That'll be $73.11.
Do you have a charity that I can donate a buck to?
You just did.
But I didn't select any option.
It happened just by using your credit card. We recently changed our payment processing to Gratis Gives, who not only saves our company a ton of money on processing fees, but also donates a portion of every purchase to a participating local nonprofit.
Why doesn't every business do that?
If they switch to Gratis Gives like we did, they can.
Achieve real social change by contacting Gratis Gives at 855-464-7284 or online at gratisgives.com.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take one.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live?
that it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m. and I told you the exact path it would take, you would of course prepare. You would talk with your loved ones and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait, communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at fenixmedia.us.
You know that's what she said. Come on, let's have some fun with About Town Deb.
My town, your town, or any town, this is About Town Deb presents City Talk. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back to City Talk. I am your host, Debbie McCarthy, aka About Town Deb. We are at the National Automobile Museum in Reno, Nevada. I have Devin Sizemore here representing Gratis Gives,
Yes.
one of our sponsors. And I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you
And
for
I love
having us,
that we're
yes.
at the museum.
Yes.
It's where stories are told, memories are made, and Gratis Gives is able to help so many nonprofits to help the families have those memories.
Love it. Yes.
Look how it all just works. That wasn't even planned. It just came out. But I think that's what happens with everything, I think, in our community. We're so intertwined together, as together we're one heart. I feel like if you surround yourself with like-minded people who want to give back, who care about each other, we're only going to succeed. And Gratis Gives' mission is to help the nonprofits and be a part of the community. So let's do a cheers right now. And we're part of the community because you guys are sparkling like Reno sparkles, Nevada Sunset Winery on 4th Street. So we're going to do a little cheers to Nevada Sunset as well, because we love supporting our local community. And it really is about supporting local.
Yes.
I'm going to let you put that back.
I'll put it back.
So let's do a cheers to Gratis Gives.
Cheers to Gratis.
all of the nonprofits
Yes.
in our town, in your town, in any town out there. Without nonprofits, we really couldn't do as much. So here's a cheers. We're going to do a toast. And we're going to say thank you to everybody out. Oh, isn't that good?
It's so good. It's good.
And so I also want to say I do have a red wine, just FYI. If you're watching, there's a little QR code. If you put your phone up to the QR code, it will take you to Crystal Basin Cellars in the El Dorado, Apple Hill area. And I hear that you're going to be taking a little adventure with your beautiful
In 2
gal,
weeks, we're going to do some wine tasting too. Yeah.
So I'm excited. So you're going to go to Murphy's, I heard.
Yes.
But you may make it over. If you make it,
I think we're going to come up the back way. So
please. So if you go there, you need to hit some of the Carson Road wineries or Fairplay, any of those. Everybody knows I love El Dorado Wine Country. I always want to give them a shout out because they're incredible people and they do a lot for our community. If there's a nonprofit that needs a donation, they donate wine for me to donate. So it really is about being a team no matter where you are.
Yes.
So let's go back to your event.
Okay.
Because if you weren't there earlier, we talked about there was a flash mob. You had an amazing paparazzi,
red carpet.
The red carpet. I love the idea that they made it sound like there was like some AV problem with the mic. And we're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And like, give me a minute or whatever he says, hang on, whatever. And then all of a sudden there's these guys they were like, they looked like they were maintenance people in jumpsuits.
And then he starts singing.
And it was your singer.
Yeah, Kirk. What's interesting about Kirk, and you got to understand this, is there are parts of the event he doesn't share with anyone on the team.
So you didn't even know?
So nobody except Kirk knows a few things about the event. So one, we don't know the check amounts. We have no clue. The whole team, none of us know. So when the nonprofit goes up there and sees the check,
you guys don't know either.
We see the check.
Oh, love it.
So it's really exciting. It's real emotion, right? And then he always does special things. And you mentioned earlier, he pays for the event. Gratis puts the event on as a thank you. And he had told me this year as we were planning, he's like, I have some stuff planned. And like, I tried so hard to figure out what was going on. And so when you in the room experience it, we as a team are experiencing it too. So it's so fun because the singers, the flash mob, the singers again, it was just.
But you had no idea.
We had no idea.
It was incredible. I mean, just the whole idea of having it here, number one.
Yeah.
And I love the idea that Phil was such an active part of it at the museum. And I had no idea that Phil had such a big hand in it. Like when you said you have the whole museum when you do an event. But during the event, you guys had some announcements were pretty cool. You want to share a little bit about what's coming up or what's new changes?
Yeah, so a few big announcements. So first is we added the one nonprofit, which I'd mentioned.
Okay,
so
brave.
We always do that every year. We'll talk about new nonprofits that are going to be participating. So there's an application process and a selection. There's a board that goes and interviews the nonprofit, looks for alignment, make sure it's a fit. So there's a process, which is good because it makes sure we have those quality nonprofits that are actually doing what they say in the community.
Yeah.
The second thing we announced is our partnership with the Barracuda Championship.
Oh, that is a big deal.
Huge deal.
Talk about that. For people who don't know what that is in this community, so share about that.
Barracuda Championship is a PGA Tour event happening, I want to say August.
Is it August?
I don't have the exact dates, so we'll have to get those.
Yeah.
But they do birdies for charity. And the way it works is I equate it to the skate-a-thon when I was a kid, right? It's a percent, a dollar, a penny, whatever it is per birdie.
So what's a birdie? It's not like a bird that flies.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know golf, it's one under par. So if it's a par 5 and they make it in 4 strokes, that's a birdie. So anytime they get a birdie, anytime during the event, you would donate your contribution. So 1 penny to whatever your nonprofit is. So what's great here is the nonprofit goes out and markets it. So they're like the kid with the flyer and selling cookie dough, except they're selling, hey, will you sponsor our nonprofit and Birdies for Charity? Now, Gratis has come in as the sponsor. So we have partnered with them.
That's a big
to
deal.
promote this program because it's community focused. Again, it aligns with our mission, vision, and values of impacting nonprofits, and all nonprofits can participate. So it really opens up the impact that the Barracuda Championship's having on the community, and it aligns with Gratis's mission to impact the community as well.
That's a pretty big stepping up to the golf cart or stepping up to the hole there.
Yeah.
Barracuda's a big deal.
Yeah, and they do so much, over 3 million, I want to say almost 4 million in donations in the time they've been in business.
Wow.
So again, aligning with an organization that's doing good, that's impacting nonprofits fits, right? It fits Gratis's mission.
So it's also, like we said earlier, surrounding yourself with like-minded people.
Yes.
I love this.
Yes.
I love when it all comes together. And really, this was not planned. I mean, we knew what we were going to talk about, but I totally forgot about the.
Well, there's so much good going on. And the other program I'll tell you guys about is the Hero Program.
Oh.
So the Hero Program is really exciting because there are amazing nonprofits that have support. So, you think of Ronald McDonald House or Big Brothers Big Sisters that are doing amazing things in the community, but have some of that national support. They wouldn't qualify for the typical participating nonprofit program.
Because they're a bigger organization and they have.
Yep. Or some of the safety net organizations, maybe they do great things, but they're not considered a safety net. We wanted to open up Gratis's partnership for all of them.
I love it.
So the Hero Program is a way for nonprofits to basically fundraise for their organization. And the way they do that is they probably have a sponsor list, a supporter list, a network, right? Most nonprofits out there have a list.
Yeah.
They're going to market Gratis to their list. Gratis is going to go in and save their clients money, provide better service, better equipment, better everything when it comes to credit card and merchant processing. That business can still choose one of the participating nonprofits. So think about that, right? So they're still going to impact the current nonprofits. And every time one of those businesses sign up as a thank you, we're going to pay or donate to the nonprofit that marketed Gratis.
Oh, wow.
All nonprofits all across the United States can participate.
Like across the United States?
Everywhere. So the team currently is in Colorado talking to a really large nonprofit there that wants to create another revenue stream for their nonprofit.
Wow.
So any nonprofit, any size, we can partner with you. You win because we're going to save your database, your clients money. You win because you're getting a check. And then our participating nonprofits are going to win as well. So it's a true win-win-win again.
So Was that Kurt's? Was that yours, Kurt's? Was that the whole team?
Yes, it was.
How did you even come up with that idea?
Yes, it was a strategy session. So I've been involved with, I was one of Kirk's first clients, actually, when I had my marketing agency. And I've been consulting with Kirk for, I want to say almost 5 years now. So we get together and talk strategy. And one thing that was frustrating us is, how do we have that relationship and partnership with the nonprofits who can't participate? Because I sit on 2 boards and I love other nonprofits, but there's no way for them to engage.
Got it.
So we brainstormed, and this became the answer is, hey, we already have referral partners that we are willing to pay as a thank you. Why don't we turn that program into a solution for nonprofits?
Good job.
So yeah, we're so excited about it. It's fresh. And I mean, we're onboarding nonprofits right now, and the collective impact is going to get bigger. Next year's celebration, you'll see a part.
Will we even have room for next year's celebration? We'll have to that's crazy.
That's the goal, right? Let's fill stadiums, right? Let's impact communities. Let's impact the nation, right? Kirk came up with the tagline this year. It's always been together we can, together we will.
Right.
And he added this year, together we are. And that statement's so powerful because Gratis truly is. And the merchants don't get enough celebration, but without them understanding and choosing nonprofits, the program doesn't work. So it has to be the merchants making the choice.
I love it. And see, I love the idea when I did the wristbands, when I said to Kurt, hey, I want to give wristbands. So when it was the pandemic, we gave wristbands to all of your nonprofits. Yep. So I got to go help deliver checks. Yeah. It was so exciting. So I got to go with your team, deliver the checks and the wristbands, and everybody was so grateful to get to get these big checks. Yes. But I love the idea that I got to say to each one of them, thank you, and together we are one heart. And I think that's why I love the partnership with us, because that was my tagline.
That's the mission, right?
The mission is being together and making a difference. I love together we are.
Yes.
We are.
That was such a good addition.
I love it. It's so cool. So your team, how many team members are with Gratis Gives?
I think we're up to 7 now, maybe 8. We're definitely growing, and I know we're actually hiring for a couple positions. So the company's on the move.
The company is on the move.
Doing big things.
Well, we're going to be on the move for one more break, and we come back. We're going to talk a little. I'm sure there's a few more things we haven't heard about Gratis Gives, and we're going to play a game. So it's About Town Deb. Devin Sizemore with Gratis Gives. We'll be right back. We're at the National Automobile Museum.
Now more than ever, family matters, and Surratt Law Practice has your family in mind. Kimberly Surratt and her team have been helping maintain healthy families through their holistic approach to adoption and surrogacy, child custody, estate planning, and more for over 13 years. Your family law concerns are in caring hands with Surratt Law. Schedule your private consultation with a compassionate Surratt Law Practice team member today by calling 775-636-8200 or visiting lawyersforfamilies.com. Surratt Law, where family matters.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. And they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's gonna teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The Storks are bringing me a baby brother!
together. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Cool. Very cool.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Don't miss all the fun and excitement at the new Rail City Casino. Play over 40 new hot penny slots, plus double down during the Party at the Pit Blackjack every Thursday through Saturday from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. And join us for Bingo After Dark every Thursday through Saturday night for your chance to win up to $1,000 cash. When you've worked up an appetite, visit the new Ale House for delicious specials to tantalize your taste buds. Visit the new Rail City Casino today. New slots, new games, and more chances to win.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at fenixmedia.us.
Ready to help from her toes to her head. Just give her a shout. Call About Town Deb.
My town, your town, or any town, this is About Town Deb presents City Talk. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back to City Talk with About Town Deb, Debbie McCarthy. I am with Devin Sizemore with Gratis Gives. Thank you for being here with me and co-hosting. We are at the National Automobile Museum.
Amazing venue.
Oh my gosh, in Reno, Nevada. And when Phil was on set with our show last week, and this is our part 2, and he had to get back to work, but he had some really cool ideas for us. Like, hey, we could maybe do a show in a car. There's like lots of opportunities.
I'm coming back for those shows.
We're coming back because there's so many opportunities here. It's like a memory lane. Each street, they were talking about the different, what's the word? Different time periods. There's another
eras.
Yeah. There's different eras, and he said he's into the 50s, and there's the Elvis Presleys and there's cars that are actually the celebrities. And Bill Hara had the original collection, and the community came together to make sure that there was a lot of cars he started with, and they're able to have over 200. I think
that's what he mentioned.
Over 200 cars that are here, and they're collectibles. They're beautiful. There's some newer ones, older ones, and they also have a lot of the antique like gas pumps and different things. So it's not just the cars. You really do when you walk down these different streets. I think the one looks like the Happy Days house. I mean, it's just a great place to bring your family.
You gotta come.
You need to come down here, and you can go on their website, nationalautomobilemuseum.org, I think. It'll also be on my page. We'll be sure underneath the lines to have the websites. But we're really grateful to be here, and they have Phil has done a lot of cool things. And he mentioned including the community.
Yes.
So if you're out there and you do voiceovers and you're local, they're having the QR codes by the different cars.
Yep.
And you can press a button or put your phone, and you're going to hear a voice of a local person as the voice of like Elvis Presley.
Yeah, telling that story.
Telling the story.
Yeah.
That's like
I'm excited for that.
It's like he's taken this to the next level. So we're really grateful to be here on the ground steps, the steps of the museum of how we're growing. But let's go back to Gratis Gives.
Yes.
We Christian during the break was saying if you are a nonprofit out there right now and you're listening, how do we get in? How do they get involved with you? What's the step?
Yeah, we would love to talk to you. You can just go to the website, gratisgives.com, and you can reach out to us there. Again, doesn't matter size, doesn't matter location, and it doesn't matter what your impact is. All you need to be is a nonprofit whose nonprofit status is still good. Right. So it can't have lapsed. And other than that, there's not a ton of requirements. We'll sit down and explain the program in detail. We'll create a strategy to best reach and impact your audience, because if your audience doesn't take action, the program's not going to work. So we truly want to partner with you to make it work. We want to give you checks, and those checks are monthly. So that's the other thing about the program I don't think I mentioned is those are monthly checks.
I did not know
that. Our participating nonprofits get their big checks at the celebration. The checks in the Hero program, those show up every month.
Not a bad deal.
Not a bad deal at all.
So on the other flip side of it, if you're a merchant and you're out there and you are using any kind of swipe thing or a link to pay anything, how does it work for them?
Yeah, so exact same thing, right? Go to GratisGives.com and reach out. With the merchants, we want to make sure we're going to look at a few things. One, we want to see, do you have a real merchant account, right? So if you're using Square, PayPal, or Stripe, we'll educate you on why that's not a true merchant account. Maybe they hold your money. We'll talk through that process. We will review your statements in detail with you to look for opportunities for savings and or show you where there may be fees that shouldn't be there, compliance fees, things like that. We'll look at your equipment to make sure that you have the right equipment so that you can process payments correctly. And then if there's a solution that makes sense, obviously we'd love to work with you. If not, we'd love to provide you enough information to get a better deal with your current vendor.
I love it. See, now that's the best part.
That's it. We want to do what's right for them.
And that's what I love about you guys, because yes, you would love to partner with them, but if it isn't a fit, you're going to make sure that they have the best deal, and you'll help them make sure they're doing it right.
And educate them, right? So we want to educate you on what you have, why you need it, and simple things like if you process a card and they swipe it, that's the most affordable way to take a card. If they call and you put it in over the phone or onto your computer, that it's going to cost you more. Merchants don't understand that. So we want to provide that education to really help you understand how could you save money yourself, let alone changing services.
I love it. So what is your favorite part about working with Gratis Gives?
Yeah, it's the collective impact, right? So my mission in life has always been to positively impact the people I interact with, whether that's business owners, community members, or just individuals. And that's what Gratis does, right? Gratis is the purest version of that.
Yeah, well, this kind of the second question that we had kind of fits into it, because you are working with a nonprofit, but you also you have some other hats you wear, correct?
Yeah, I wear all that.
So you know what? Let's share a little bit about you. I mean, because you are here and you're filling in, but you're so much more than that. You're a big part of Gratis Gives. You're part of their vision and to help them get to where they're going. You've been there since the beginning with Kurt. Yeah. But tell us a little bit about you, like how you got started. He's so young. And for being so young, you are so wise and you've done so much to help our community. So tell us like a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so straight out of college, I launched Marquee-Biz. So online marketing company, grew that up and sold that in 2016.
So you built it and you sold it.
And I sold it.
Oh my gosh.
I then went through a phase of we started a co-working space in town. Didn't fully work out, but it was a great learning experience. Started a manufacturing company that we sold.
Wow.
Had a consulting company then. Then took a corporate job with a great company and just realized corporate's not for me. So then I transitioned back into full-time consulting. So I do have my own consulting company. And Gratis is my longest term client that I work with, and I love the passion. But I do work with clients in all industries.
As in consulting, I mean, what kind of consulting? Like if you're out there listening, you're like, you know what, you've like sold businesses, you've started them, you've done your own. If you're out there and you're a new business and you're kind of weak-kneed, you're not really sure where to go. Is that the kind of person? What kind of clients are you looking for?
Yes. So I love working with companies that want to grow. So that could be a startup that wants to grow because it's fresh, or it could be a company that maybe is transitioning to the next generation and wants to restart things. Could be someone that's launching a new product line. I love working with companies who are in that growth mindset and helping them navigate the complexities of that.
So how did you learn all this? Like, you know, I'm sure you have a degree in what? I'm sure a little bit about, did you go to college
I
here?
don't, yeah. So I have a degree in English and journalism, which is interesting. But you know, when I had my marketing agency, I had great mentors and we had over 300 clients. So I got to work with clients in all industries, all sizes, and all across the United States. We also worked in the vertical of childcare. So it taught me how to work in a niche and understand vertical integration. So I think it's just, I'm a student, like I love learning. And I think that everyone has a story. That's been a theme. So everyone has a story to tell and a lesson you can learn. And I love hearing that. And then being able to share those lessons with people, because if I can save you a little bit of time or a little bit of money or inspire you to do better, today was great.
Wow. I'm lost for words. I am so honored to be. I've learned so much from your, I know it's a millennial, but your generation, like my son.
I think I'm still in that bucket, sadly.
You're still in that bucket. No, but you think about how many young entrepreneurs in our Reno community.
Yes, so many.
I mean, we love the museum, but Reno has so much to offer.
Yes.
We have tons of art. Our restaurants are just growing. And there's so many young entrepreneurs that have 2 or 3 restaurants already. Like,
yes.
I mean, how amazing is that?
It's a great community.
We're very blessed. What's your favorite part of Reno or the community at your young age?
Yeah, I mean, just overall, like I've been here since junior high, and I love that Reno is the biggest little city, right? The tagline still works, right? It still works. We are still a family. We're still close knit. But the biggest part is getting bigger, right? We're getting some of those things that you see in big cities. Yeah. The food is diversifying. The art scene is getting more dynamic. The music scene is getting more dynamic.
Oh, the music scene is
so
rocking.
With all of that, that's what makes it fun. But we still are so relationship based, and I love that.
Totally love that. And so Midtown, have you watched I mean, we're going to share a little bit about our town. So Midtown has totally rocked it. They're doing amazing.
It's changed the city, and you're starting to see the plum development, right? So it's moving south, and Ranchero, where we were last night. Oh my gosh,
Ranchero is amazing.
Next level.
And the Riverwalk, guys, it's beautiful. Yeah. Like we have a river going through our town, and it's gorgeous. And if you go to to Welder Grille, you can go to the Renaissance. I think Campo is back open as well. So there's lots of cool restaurants. Yeah. And the restaurants that I'm mentioning are all locally owned.
Yes.
That is what's cool, is that our local entrepreneurs and our local business owners who've been here, some are brand new, some are 5 years, some have been here forever, and they all support each other.
They
like
do.
Chewy. Shout out to Chewy last night. So we were going to play a game, but you know what? It was more, I really wanted to get your story.
Thank you. Appreciate
We still
that.
have a little bit more time. So give us the website again for Gratis Gives.
GratisGives.com.
And if you could say one thing about Gratis Gives that you would want to share to our listeners, what would that be?
Yeah, I would say you have to understand collective impact, right? And that's the mission, right? Pennies exponentially multiplied turn into really big checks. Mm-hmm. So if you think about the $42,000+ that Gratis gave out this year, imagine what that's going to look like in a decade in dozens of communities.
Oh my God. So that's with the Hero program you're talking. I mean, over the whole, it's like communities anywhere.
Anywhere. Yep.
I have to say, they are blessed to have you on their team. You're okay. Shout out to Cindy. I gotta say, Cindy, she's a firecracker.
She's amazing.
Your whole team. And, Stefan was going to be here. He's a new addition.
I know I'm not near as good looking or as polite or as well put together as Stefan.
Yes, you are. We love y'all. But with that all said, it is about time to have a city talk. We are at the National Automobile Museum in Reno, Nevada. We will be back here again, and we're going to be by the cars, so you can see us there. Next week, I will be the beginning of July. Wow. So I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to be. It's going to be a secret, but it is about time to have a city talk. We love you guys. We wish you the best. Have an amazing summer, a great weekend, and we love you. Bye. About time to have.